Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your monthly reading for August. So let's see what is coming in. We are in Leo season, and then we're going to move into your fellow earth sign Virgo. So let's see what's coming through. We have a new moon on the 4th, new moon in Leo. We have a full moon in Aquarius happening on the 19th. And for most of the month, it is Mercury retrograde. So it's a lot of retrograde action happening here. And we have as your first card out, the King of Feathers, Logic and Justice. This is the King of Swords. Speaking of the element of air, I feel like you're going to have your wits about you this month, Taurus. Lots of things to kind of be looking over, finalising contracts, reading, writing plans, making lots of little decisions, strategies. Like you're going to be in your head a fair bit. That's what I'm getting here with this. So let's have a look. And maybe it's about a relationship as well. So let's see what's happening. But yeah, definitely going to require a strong mind, or you're definitely going to be in your head. So let's see what's shifting and changing here for you, Taurus. And it's a sense of maybe really important to speak, be an authority, like to be able to speak your truth. That also something that's coming through here, because we've got the Strength card, Leo, Sun, Leo, Pluto, and Gemini Chariot. You've got lots of lions here. So you're probably working a lot with the Leo energy that is around at this moment. And it's sort of like unlocking something. I feel like you're going to have to be really brave here with the Page of Swords. It's all about the communication, like a brave idea, brave solution, you're communicating or learning. It's all about this element of air that's coming in here. So mostly what I'm feeling here is your throat chakra being unlocked to be able to speak about something or speak up, and to speak your truth, speak with a sense of authority. So some of you might even be doing something like public speaking or presenting or something like that. But it feels like your words are going to have power. Absolutely. It's this sense of your words have power, and we want to free your throat chakra so you can use that and express yourself and feel like it's okay to express yourself. Because I feel like you're going to be put in a position of authority, or where you can speak your story or tell your side of the story or speak your truth. And that's going to be really important. It is about expressing yourself perhaps in a new way, or trying a new way. Trying something new is coming in around that. So let's see what else is shifting and changing for you, Taurus. So just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Taurus. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. I usually pin the link to the comments as well. So for some of you, this is about expressing your heart, or even your creativity, like creatively expressing yourself, or a sense of authenticity in the way that you're speaking your truth. Okay, the Five of Wands, testing, trying out new things. There's a challenge around this perhaps, because I keep getting this guttural blockage in the throat chakra. So Five of Wands, you are feeling a little bit blocked, or that there's a challenge around at this moment, or you're challenging yourself to grow. Crossed by the Ten of Cups, something's not making you happy here. I'd say the Hermit. So little bit of soul searching. Let's keep going. We'll get all the cards out so we can get the full story here. The Five of Swords, the Fool. Okay, very nice. The Lovers card. Yeah, big choice, like coming out as the King of Swords, and here we have the Page of Swords around you again. Lots of messages, but definitely feels like there's, the Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man reversed. Okay, interesting. All right, Taurus, so let's have a look. with the King of Swords is a decision maker or wanting to make decisions. And we're seeing here what you're turning up as the Lover's card, which is about a big choice or a decision that needs to be made. It may also be that you feel like you're facing off against a partner or somebody, a relationship here, and somehow it's clouded between you and you need to somehow be able to speak your truth. So I feel like there's some challenges around that, but you're going to see something really clearly here, I think. So we have as your situation the 5, and in the recent past you have a 5 as well. So there's a bit of conflict and stress and anxiety around this perhaps, or just feeling like you're not on the same page with somebody, like it feels like there's a bit of disharmony or like it's a bit of friction perhaps. So the 5 of Wands, trying something new, crossed by the 10 of Cups. Maybe you are being pushed a lot, or you're trying, or you're testing something out, or testing the market, or you're feeling challenged or pushed, or it feels like a test. And it is crossed by the 10 of Cups. Maybe it's like that's not making you happy. Maybe you'd prefer to be more connected to some loved ones, or connected to the things that make you happy, or the people that make you happy. It may be this is putting you a bit out of sorts, this energy with all this, like I said, the element of air. Even the Hermit is element, it's Virgo, but it's very deep analysis, it is thinking. And the retrograde energy is reassessing, reworking, rethinking, going over things, going over old stories, reworking plots, timelines, all sorts of stuff is coming through with this. And the Hermit is very much a sense that, maybe you're thinking a lot about your age as well. Maybe you're thinking about your age. Maybe there's things that are frustrating because of how old you are. Maybe you're finding that there's something around that is somehow feels like, it feels like a bit of there's something about the age, like maybe it's like maybe you're frustrated with not being able to do something, or you're frustrated or feeling like you're too old, too young, too this, too that, or you've got expectations that by this age you should have done this or that, or understanding that time's running out with a certain thing. It just has this sense of you pondering time and timelines, and it's kind of put everything, feels like it's being put into perspective here. But this could be analysis paralysis with the Hermit as well, especially with the Mercury retrograde on. You don't want to go too far into deep analysis with the Hermit, because it is about having a bit of it can be a bit of soul searching, a bit of deep thinking, some going within to find the answers. But if you're going deep into this analysis paralysis and you're going deep within, what you're going to find is this 9 of Swords. And so it's like you don't want to fall into that trap, because the 9 of Swords is where the mind's overthinking, going round and around and around in circles. It can be overthinking something. It can feel like I've got so much on my plate. I'm thinking I've got too many things to think about. It can be stress, anxiety, worry. It can be unreal fears, phantoms. It can be sleepless nights, and the Hermit has the light on. And the 9 of Swords, I'm trying to sleep. It's like the waking up at 3 a.m. That's that little thing that's in your mind niggling at you. So we're feeling like, I feel like there's you got your trainer wheels on with a situation. You're like trying and trialing or testing out a new situation. There's a lot of, emails, messages, things flying back and forth. And feels like there's just a lot on your plate. There's a lot on your mind here. In the recent past, we do see that there's been like a little bit of conflict, whether this is conflict with somebody else or a challenge, some kind of mental challenge or conflict that's been around, whether this is like internal or with somebody else. But definitely, it could be that you're not getting on with somebody, or you're having, a fight or a quarrel, or there's been conflict in the past, because I feel like there's like messages around something that's been mentally challenging, or someone that's you've got revisiting disagreement of some sort that's coming through here. So it does feel like it's been a little bit of, there's just mental conflict, like mental friction, a lot of mental energy going into this. Now, this could have just been that you had a lot on your plate and you had a lot happening. But it could also be conflict with another person or a bit of something that's worrying you a little bit. But in the near future, we have the Fool card. So this is the opportunity to step into something new and reset and maybe try something new. So it definitely feels like the Hermit's had a big think. He's at the top of the mountain going which way. And the Fool card can be like, it's just going to jump into something. I'm just going to jump straight in. So, yeah, the Hermit is wisdom and the Fool is kind of the opposite of that. So it's about really thinking about your next actions and making sure that what you're leaping into, you've thought about it really deeply beforehand. So it's like not like the Fool is just jumping in without having thought about it. It's looking before it leaps. It's understanding the consequences of jumping into something new, trying something new, the way that you're talking to somebody or trialing something new here. So it definitely feels like just, yeah, there's a lot of trial and error, a lot of overcoming conflict, a lot of reworking stuff, a lot on your plate mentally. So I can understand here with the Lovers that you have this big choice. Are you going to leap into this new thing, try this new thing? Is this a good plan or not to be doing this? And I feel like I think there's a little bit of overthinking about it, to be fair, Taurus. Just it's turning up in the reading. Sometimes that can be your worst enemy rather than the Fool just, in a way, definitely feels like something hastily gets done and gets put together. So, and it may be that something happens too fast. It's a sense of realizing something hasn't been thought through and it needs to go back and re-evaluate it and redo it. So we have, as energy surrounding you, is the Page of Swords, and this is very much like the Page of Air. It's having an open, curious mind, lots of messages, news, solutions coming your way. But I feel mostly a lot of messages. Have an open and curious mind, because yeah, I feel like you're being encouraged to start something new, but to do it in a wise way, or to reset something and do it in a wise way. And this is actually really Mercury retrograde type energy. In it, I can see that you start something and then you go, oh, hold on, I want to review it, I want to re-edit it, I want to rework it in some way, I want to change it. So it's like rethinking what the original plan was. We have as an outcome the World, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So the World card is very much like the Fool and the World and the Ace of Pentacles. That all represents endings and new beginnings. And it's almost like the Fool takes a big step back to the World and goes, right, that is a retrograde energy. I'm taking a step back. Okay. Before I step into something new, I need to wrap something else up. There's something that hasn't concluded. There's something that hasn't finished here before I can step in. So I need to reassess this new opportunity in front of me, and it is an Ace of Pentacles. So it is maybe a work opportunity or a work project, or it is something to do with a relationship or around money or health or home. It's just something new coming in the material realm, something tangible. Maybe it's something new that's coming in, a tangible shift and change in a relationship as well. But either way, I feel like you're reassessing this. You're going, let's take a big step back first and go back to what hasn't been resolved, what hasn't been tied up, what hasn't been completed. And I feel like there's something that you just need to kind of move past and resolve before you step into the new. And whether this is you or somebody else, I feel like something gets pushed forward before it's ready, or it's not in the right state, or it needs to be reworked in some way. So it may be somebody does something foolish, or that they jump in and you're trying to pick up the pieces here and trying to work out what's going on. And so it definitely feels like you're sorting something out. This Ace of Pentacles is going to end up in a much better state than when you first started. And it's very much this King of Feathers in your head, working plans, strategies, plans, working things through. It's very rational mind. You're going to have to be very rational and logical about this. Absolutely. But the Justice energy is interesting as well, because it could be that things like fairness or legalities come to play with this, contracts even. So you might be dealing with that sort of stuff around it, reworking, revisioning, rewriting. But also ultimately it's reevaluating plans that you had around, the Ace of Pentacles, whatever that means. So it's the new potentials that are coming in around, like it can even be work, career, home, money, even starting up your own business or starting something new that's quite tangible. So it feels like, I'm reworking this because the way it started didn't feel quite right. I need to rework it. And so it's sort of like here, that there's something not quite right here with it, because that's why you're in this deep analysis, like I'm analysing everything, over-analysing, and it's almost like you need to get out of that over-analysis into something that becomes more workable. But at the same time, the reason you're analysing it is because there's something unresolved with it. So we have as an overall energy the Hanged Man, and usually the Hanged Man, this is the Hanged Man reversed. So usually the Hanged, this Ace of Pentacles is probably at the forefront of your mind, whatever that is, whatever is new and starting, or maybe some kind of new training or whatever it is coming in, you're trying something new. And it definitely feels like it needs a little bit of extra time. It just needs some extra time to gain some valuable insights into it and to see, what it is and how it's going to work in your life. So that's why it's like it needs a little bit of time to gain a new perspective about what's going on with it. So that's it. Like you can work with this Mercury retrograde energy really productively. Like Mercury turns retrograde just after the new moon in Leo so it turns retrograde around the 5th of August, and then it turns direct on the 29th. So it's pretty much retrograde for most of the month, but by the end of the month it turns around, and then it's like, okay, I have a much better grasp on what this is and how it's going to work, and a much better the possibilities have been reworked and it's in much better shape, whatever this Ace of Pentacles represents to you. But I keep getting this Gemini energy of there's lots of conversations and there's lots of trialing and trying out new things. So we have as your affirmation card, I love life. It is my birthright to live fully and freely. I give to life exactly what I want life to give to me. I am glad to be alive. I love life. And so that's really important. This is something that you are watering, like this beautiful sunflower. And it's like all this evaluation, all the things you're thinking about really have to come back to the quality of your life, the quality of life. I love life. Are you loving your life, or is there some aspect of your life that you're really enjoying? Because, there's something that can be very strongly reevaluated here. Okay, we have as your charm, the Fairy. Okay, so fairies are very light. They're magical. They are the element of air. They're these magical ideas, magical solutions, believing in things, believing in yourself, believing that this magic can happen. And there's kind of like, interestingly, like it's just, I feel like there's so much inside your mind here, Taurus, that you want to still create the space for the magic, for the magic to happen. And that almost is like you've got to take the brakes off and just trust that you're going to be okay. yeah, sure, some things might not work out. Some things might crash and burn. They keep showing me a kid learning to ride a bike, and occasionally you'll fall off and then you'll get back up. And no matter what it is, it's about the trying, the learning, the mastering, the redoing it again, trying it again, that what worked, what didn't work, and keep at it, the perseverance. And that's the energy is suddenly, it's like that magic of once you start mastering it and going, yes, I can ride this bike. That's amazing. As a young child, they keep showing me like inner child energy. There's something that you're going to realize that you can do and it can start working in your life. Then that's the magic. And it really is belief. Self-belief is something that's coming through really strongly with this month. So, and that's not going to be in your logical mind. That's not going to be overanalyzing something. That is just this kind of innate. It's hard to put your finger on what that is. It's hard to kind of tangibly say what it is, but it's a belief. It's something inside of you that once you let go of everything, and you just, you can find it. You can find it, but it gets lost if you've got too many thoughts and plans and ideas all over the shop. So connect into the magic of the element of air, believe in the magic, and that will help get you through all this energy. So that's your reading for August. I think you're going to have a very busy mind, Taurus, but like I said, you can refine a process, you can rework it, and in the end, it can be something that you have mastered, and you'll be like, okay, I'm glad that I've reworked it so it didn't start in its original form. So that is your reading. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now where we can see, okay, we're doing a little bit of reevaluating of the new thing that's beginning. We're still tying up some loose ends, so it might still feel like you're in this in-between world, but then it feels like, okay, at some point you're going to be ready to step into the new. Let's see what it looks like after you've gone through this process. Was it worth it? Is this going to look so much better? So we're going to explore that in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. Usually pin the link to the comments as well. And follow me on Instagram. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Taurus, love to read your comments, and all that helps with the growth of the channel. And take care.